William, hopefully your favorite videographer. We are here at the Dallas Area Rapid Transit Board meeting, the agency known as DART to Dallas, Texas residents. As a service to the Dallas community, we plan to cover DART board meetings from gavel to gavel. Public comments are required to keep DART board aware of issues close to the ridership that they may not get through other resources.
Good evening. It is Tuesday. It is Tuesday, October 13th, 2015. It is 6:20. Oh, we can't start for 2 minutes. It's 6:21. It's 6:30 on Tuesday, October 13th, and this meeting of the Dallas Area Rapid Transit is called to order. Our first order of business is approval of the minutes of the prior meetings, Any objections, corrections?
Move approval.
Second.
Oh, good. The minutes are ordered entered as presented. Next, we have some public speakers. Two. Our vice chair will read the public comments.
Okay, public comments. General public comments will be allowed at the beginning of each DART board meeting for a total of 30 minutes, and again at the end of the meeting when the 30-minute period does not accommodate all persons who have signed up to speak. Individuals who have addressed the board in the past 30 days will be recognized to speak during the public comment period at the end of the meeting. During the public comment period, board members may not interact with the speakers or other board members by asking questions or offering their own remarks. Members of the public are reminded that their behavior during DART board meetings is governed by the DART Board Code of Conduct for citizens, news media, and visitors. Personal attacks, impertinent and slanderous remarks, and boisterous conduct will not be allowed. Each speaker will have 3 minutes to address the board. The green light on the podium will indicate when you can begin speaking. The yellow light indicates that you have 1 minute remaining, and the red light indicates that your time has expired.
We have 2 speakers registered. The first is Ms. April Holmes, and after Ms. Holmes, Ms. Deborah Mosley. Ms. Holmes? Yes, ma'am. You can come right up there. There's a microphone, and can we raise that if there's one on the left? Yes.
That's right. This afternoon, when I was boarding, I had just gotten off of the bus, and I was getting ready to board from the LBJ Skillman. While I was waiting for that train, another young lady got off across going to Rolette, and she was very upset. And I was, just sitting there waiting, and she sat not too far from me. We have a little seating, and she was saying how disrespectful and disgusting this particular situation that happened on the train. And she was like, "Miss, can I please talk to you?" I says, "Well, what is it?" So she was upset. She was crying. She called her daughter, and she said this guy was on the train and he was playing with himself while she's riding on the train, and he was sitting across from her, and he's looking at his phone and he's fumbling with his Peters. So she also said the fare clerk, seen this, and he didn't do anything. He said all he did is wrote him a ticket, didn't put him off. She said, "Well, isn't that indecent exposure?" I said, "Yes, it would be. He didn't get arrested." She said no, and she was very upset, and I was like, this is happening on DART? Really? I said, that's the best he did? He didn't do anything? So I was like so upset about it, my heart went out to her. And I'm saying, like, what's going on with it? You don't have enough of policing. You have the regular DART police, you got the DART security, and to me, this shouldn't be happening. And I ride the train quite fluidly, and it's like going down. I don't know, it's not clean the way it used to be. It's a lot of little things. You all have surveys. But I would say something needs to be looked at, and is that the way, I need to know, is that the way that it's supposed to be handled? She said he wrote a ticket to the guy, and that was the end of it. I said, that's it. So I'm hoping a message, something that needs to be sent out. This can't be happening like this, because it could happen to me. And it's going to go in another whole nother direction. I'm not saying that in a violent manner. That's very disrespectful and disgusting. And I hope you all, men and women of the panel, look into this. You know, whoever this guy was, this fair guy, he shouldn't even have his job because he didn't handle it right. I thought maybe you'll train these people for these things. You know, finish.
Ms. Holmes, we will look into it, and would you mind speaking with Deputy Chief Addison right there?
Sure.
And if you could provide him with more information, that would be helpful to us. And thank you for coming here.
Thank you.
Next speaker is Ms. Debbie Mosley.
My name is Debbie Mosley. I live at 4815 Gaston in Dallas, Texas, and I ride the 19, and I wanted to address the potential suspension of the TRE. I attend a lot of college services at Southwestern Seminary, and I was concerned about the bus service you may implement for people that may be trying to get to work and other issues. I just hope that you would reconsider suspending the TRE for people who have jobs between here and Fort Worth. Thank you.
Ms. Mosley, thank you for your comments. Would you please speak with Mr. Todd Plesko, and he'll explain a little bit more about what we're doing and perhaps why we're doing it. There are no additional public speakers. We're going to take items 4 and 5. Dr. Christian, would you introduce item 4, please?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. This item came through the Committee of the Whole. Approval of operating liability insurance renewal, and it passed unanimously. I move approval.
There was motion made and second. Those in favor signify so by saying yes.
Yes.
Those opposed, please say no. The motion carries. Mr. Carrizales, the next item came to your committee, please.
Yes, Chairman, item number 5, the call for public hearing on potential suspension of Trinity Railway Express operations and changes to the MAX bus service. Did come to the Operating Safety and Security Committee, came to the Committee of the Whole. It was requested that it be the same action item because of the priority, the time necessary. It was unanimously approved, and I would move that item be approved.
There was motion made and seconded. All those in favor, please signify so by saying yes.
Yes.
Those opposed, say no. The motion carries. Our next order of business is the election of the DART board officers. The board's bylaws require that board officers be elected at the annual meeting of the board, which is the first regular meeting in the month of October. Today, we will elect a board chair, a board vice chair, a secretary, and an assistant secretary. The specific procedure for electing officers are established by Rule 1 of the DART Board rules of procedure. Do I hear a motion that we suspend the requirement that voting be conducted using the electronic voting system for this year's election of board officers?
Chairman, I move that we suspend the requirement that voting be conducted using the electronic voting system for this year's election of board officers.
Second.
Motion made, seconded by Mr. Adams. We have a motion and a second that we suspend the requirement that voting be conducted using the electronic voting system for this year's election of board officers. Since that motion cannot be debated or amended, we will move directly to a vote on it. A two-thirds vote is required because this motion temporarily suspends an established rule of procedure. All in favor of suspending the rules, please say aye. Aye. All opposed, please say no. The motion carries unanimously and the rule is suspended. In a few minutes, I will open nominations for the four board officer positions. Each candidate should be nominated by a board member. The nomination does not require a second. A majority vote of those board members present is required to elect. For example, if there are 15 members present, a candidate must receive yes votes to be eight yes votes to be elected. Are there any questions about the voting procedure we will use? We will now begin the election process. The floor is open to nominations.
I nominate Faye Wilkins for the position of board chair, Richard Gonzalez for the position of board vice chair, Gary Slagle for the position of board secretary, and Jerry Christian for the position of board assistant secretary.
Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, nominations for the four board officers are closed. Since there is only one nominee for each of the board officer positions, we will proceed to vote. All those in favor of electing Faye Wilkins for board chair, Richard Carrizales for board vice chair, Gary Slagle for board secretary, and Jerry Christian for board assistant secretary, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, say no. Ladies and gentlemen, the nominees have been elected. Congratulations. This concludes our election of the 2015 election of board officers. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Congratulations. And Richard's down, Dr. Christian's down there. Good. There is no other business for the board. There's no further public comments, and this meeting is adjourned.
This is William, hopefully your favorite videographer. We are here at the Dallas Area Rapid Transit Board meeting, the agency known as DART to Dallas, Texas residents. As a service to the Dallas community, we plan to cover DART board meetings from gavel to gavel. Public comments are required to keep DART board aware of issues close to the ridership that they may not get through other resources.